What's good? What's good? What's good? Fresh out of the gym, right on the live. Just like always. You know you could be doing have anything you desire, right? You know your only limit is your own imagination. You know if you could think that shit, you could do that shit. But you also know if you can't think that shit, you'll never be able to do that shit. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? It ain't a matter of doing different. It's a matter of being different. In these lives every morning, we talk about this concept of be, do, have. Before you can have those results that you want, it's some things that you have to do. But before you can do those things that you have to do, it's a version of yourself that you have to become. It don't take a long time to do things. What typically takes a long time is you becoming the version of yourself that's willing, ready, and able to do the thing. But once you become that version of yourself, no excuse is big enough to stop you. So that's what we talk about in these lives. That's what we talk about every morning, the becoming. Because I've been doing this work long enough to understand that if you just do the becoming, the doing and the having will take care of themselves. If you just become rich in your mind, if you just start thinking rich, reading rich books, having rich conversations, hanging out and networking with other wealthy people, you'll stumble into some success. You'll stumble into some wealth. But you could be doing all of the networking. You could be going to all of the events. You could sign up for Toastmasters. You could sign up for the different community groups. But if you're not doing the becoming behind the scenes, ain't none of it gonna land. And you're gonna think it's because you black. You're gonna think it's because you're a female. You're gonna think it's because you're too short. You're gonna think it's because you too something. And the only problem is you haven't did the becoming. Be, do, have. You wasting your time with the doing when you haven't did the work on the becoming. Where the mind goes, the body follows. The body cannot go where the mind has not yet been. You got to send your mind to your success. And before you can send your mind anywhere, you got to get clear about what you want. We talk about these things called the five C's: clarity, calibration, confidence, competence, consistency. The first C is clarity. You can't get what you want until you know what you want. Most people don't know what they want. Most people don't know what they want. Actually, they do know what they want. They just have a hard time locking in and articulating what they want. But I need you to be able to articulate it so you can put it front and center in front of every cell and fiber in your body and say, hey, this is what we're headed for. Because what I usually encounter is people who can articulate perfectly what they don't want. When it's time to articulate what they would rather have, crickets. It's vague. Imagine what would happen if you got in a taxi and you only could tell the driver where you didn't want to go. Where we going today? Don't take me to the mall. Okay, but where are we going? I just told you, man, don't take me to the mall. I don't like the mall. And instead of telling the driver where you going or where you would like to go, you're giving the driver a long list of reasons you don't want to go to the mall. That don't make no sense to it. But that's how a lot of people go through life. You gotta understand that your subconscious mind is like getting into a taxi. It's like a taxi. It could take you any and everywhere. It can take you to beyond your wildest dreams. It could take you to the depths of despair. But you get to set the destination. You use your conscious mind to set the destination. And once you hand that destination to your subconscious mind, it'll take you there on autopilot. This is how I look at the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Now, keep in mind, I'm a lot of things. I'm not an artist. So, this big circle, this is an elephant. This big circle is an elephant. We'll give it a trunk and some big elephant ears. All right, so that's an elephant, believe it or not. All right, I want you to look at this elephant as your subconscious mind. We'll just say SC. This is your subconscious mind. And I want you to imagine your conscious mind as an ant on the elephant's back. We're gonna say that this is the conscious mind on the ant on the elephant's back. Now I want you to imagine, bear with me, the drawing is ugly, but we finna talk about something that can change your life. Okay? So I want you to look at this elephant as your subconscious mind, and I want you to imagine that what you don't want is over here. Okay? And what you do want is over here. So I want you to imagine that the elephant is walking this way and the ant is walking this way. This ant got a problem. This ant got a problem. It one of these elephant steps is probably thousands of this ant's step. This ant can work real hard. He can run as hard as he can. He can do everything in his power to get over here. But as long as he's on that elephant's back and that elephant is walking that way, he's never gonna make it to this thing that he desires. Does this make sense? But let me ask you this: what would happen if the ant figured out how to get the elephant to go this way? If the ant figured out how to get the elephant to go this way, the ant can sit still. The ant don't gotta walk. The elephant will take the ant to what it desires. And this is what a lot of people doing in life. The subconscious mind is going that way. The old habits, beliefs are walking that way. Beliefs definitely got an F in it, but that's a beliefs. The old habits, the beliefs, the mindset, thoughts is going that way. And they're trying to use the logic and reason to go that way. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You gotta reprogram the elephant. I don't care how many times you read Think and Grow Rich. I don't care how many times you read Psycho Cybernetics. I don't care how many times you read As a Man Thinketh. I don't care how many times you read The Laws of Human Nature. I don't care how many times you read none of those books. If you don't get to feeling different, nothing is going to change. The elephant runs off of feeling and emotion. The ant runs off logic, reason, analysis, willpower, and decision making. I was in a session with a guy yesterday, very smart, intelligent man, brilliant man. I had a blast talking to him. But towards the end of his session, he was telling me, Jay, I just don't get it. I've read every piece of literature on the subject. I've talked to every specialist that within the city of Dallas. I've spent so much money. But I was telling them everything you were doing was logic, reason, and analysis. This is not a problem with the ant. The ant knows what it wants. The ant is doing everything in its power to get it. This is a problem with the elephant. And the reason your psychotherapist sent you over here with me is because I don't talk to the ant. I go straight to the elephant. What I'm doing not gonna make sense. Because it's not I'm not talking to the ant. The ant needs it to make sense. The subconscious mind doesn't need it to make sense. Have you ever been in a situation where you crying or something or you just emotional and you don't even know why? And the more you try to make it logical and the more you try to analyze it, the more pissed off you get because it don't make sense. The elephant doesn't run off of logic. The elephant runs off feeling and emotion. The key to your success is we got to get you feeling different. The feeling is how you get the elephant to turn around. I don't care how many books you read. If you don't feel like the type of person that can do it, you're not going to do it. Let me get you guys tapping the screen. I don't care how many specialists you talk to. I don't care how many degrees you got. If you don't feel like the type of person that can do it, you're not going to do it. You can be, do, and have anything you desire, but the being happens within the elephant. Okay? One of the first steps to being successful is you got to learn how to feel successful. And you got to feel successful before the money show up. You got to learn how to feel successful before the fans show up. You got to learn how to feel successful before the results show up. You got to learn how to feel successful just because you got the desire. You got to get excited about the idea. You got to get excited about the potential. Then that excitement that you got around that potential is what will become a magnet and attract the rest of the ideas and the rest of the people and the rest of the circumstances to get you to the thing. You got to realize where my eraser at. Let's go. You got to realize that the only difference between this and this is time. This is this. The desire for money is the money. The only difference between the desire and the money in your hand is time. The desire for love is the love. The only difference between the desire and the physical manifestation of the love is time. But the time got to be spent in the right environment. Okay? The time got to be spent desiring the money. Now, if you stop desiring the money and start focusing on the fact that the money isn't there, that's the equivalent of digging up the seed. Because this goes in the ground. And if this spends time in the ground, universal laws causes this to become this. But if you say the money taking too long, I'm gonna dig my seed up and I'm gonna go put it over here. Then you let it sit there for a month or two. And you go, oh, it's still not working. I'm gonna dig that seed up and I'm gonna go try this other thing. I'm gonna dig now. Every time you dig up your seed, you reset time. And I was talking to one of my clients the other day. She said, I'm tired of starting over. I said, well, quit quitting. She said, I ain't never thought about it like that. She said, I'm just tired of starting over. Quit giving up on yourself. If you don't give up on yourself, you ain't got to start over. You done started over 5 times, but that means you quit 4 times. If you don't want to start over 6 times, I suggest you don't quit that 5th time. Stay planted in the ground. I love this time of year because it's acorns all over the ground. You might be lucky enough to have a oak tree in your backyard or a park close to your house. Find you an acorn and put it where you can see it. I got an acorn in the cup holder of my truck right now. I love looking down there and seeing that acorn. Every time I see that acorn, I think about the fact that that entire tree is inside of that acorn. And if God put an entire tree inside of an acorn, I can only imagine what God put in big old me. I can only imagine what's it's businesses inside of me, it's books inside of me, it's seminars inside of me, it's courses inside of me. And this is the dope part. When you let that acorn become an oak tree, guess what this oak tree gonna do? It's gonna start making even more acorns. Like people always talk about this. I need to get 7 streams of income. Let me tell you something. My cleaning business gave birth to an Airbnb management business. My Airbnb management business gave birth to another business where I consult people who run Airbnbs. Me being a clinical hypnotherapist gave birth to a coaching business. Me running a coaching business gave birth to another business I run called I Coach Bosses, where I coach bosses. I Coach Bosses gave me another idea called I Coach Coaches. And I got another business called I Coach Coaches. This acorn will produce other acorns out its own kind if you leave it planted. If you can get that first idea in the ground. Once I blew my cleaning business up, it did something to my confidence. I saw I could turn my thoughts into things. So you got to know the next business around. I walked in there with a different types of confidence. I walked in there with my shoulders back, my chest out, and my chin up because I saw what happened with the last acorn I planted. Some of you are at a place where you got to get one of your acorns to take off. But in order for that to happen, you got to stop digging it up. Stop digging up the damn acorn. Get yourself in a community with other like minded people. I need you to stop talking to people who ain't got nothing, building nothing, doing nothing. Okay? I need you to give yourself permission to outgrow people. Man, I got guys that I used to be cool as hell with, talk to them every day. It ain't no beef. We just ain't got no reason to talk every day no more. Love you dearly, but I just don't need to see you every day. I got family that I see once a year at the family reunion. Love you dearly, but I'm gonna love you from over here because where I'm going and what I'm doing don't align with the conversations that you like to have. But at the same time, if you call me and go, hey, bro, I want to start doing some of that stuff you're doing, recommend me some books to read. Can I come to one of your masterminds? For sure, bro. How much? Don't worry about it, man. Just come. If you're in the inner circle, I'll give you all the information you want for free. But if you don't want to, if all you want to talk about is sex and football, I don't need to talk to you every day. That's not the season of life that I'm in. And it's nothing, it's nothing personal. It's actually spiritual at the end of the day. And a lot of times people hear that and they start cutting people off. Let me tell you something. You don't got to go cut nobody off. Your friend, the law of attraction, will handle it for you. I ain't get none of these people on the phone and go, look, bro. I love you. You my dog, but I just can't talk to you every day. I just started reading different books. I just started having different conversations. I just started putting myself in different environments. Next time we'll cross paths, we'll bump into each other in Target or Walmart or something. 10 years ago, we would have stood there and talked for 20 or 30 minutes. All right, dog, I'm gonna catch up with you. These days, it ain't too much to talk about. I was like, all right, bro, nice to see you, man. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yep. Law of attraction will you ain't got to go remove people out of your life. Law of attraction will take care of it. If it's certain people who hanging in your life and you can't get rid of, that means you planting the acorn. Like energy attracts that unto itself. If it's certain people that you just can't get away from you, it's a degree of your thinking that's keeping them around. It's something you doing energetically that's keeping that bond alive. Stop trying to run them off and start focusing on something else. You got to realize the subconscious mind does not negate information. What does that mean, Jay? It doesn't negate information. It doesn't delete. It doesn't understand the word not. It doesn't understand the word don't. Watch this. Whatever you guys do, don't think about a purple elephant. Don't think about a purple elephant, okay? Listen, do not think about a purple elephant. But in order to not think about a purple elephant, you gotta go purple elephant, don't think about that. That's not gonna work. When you try not to think about it, you pull it and put it in your awareness. You ever broke up with somebody and tried to stop thinking about it? Good luck. Don't call them. Don't call them. Don't call. Okay, I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna see what they're doing real quick. I'm not gonna call them. I'm just gonna go look at their Facebook page. That's not how you do the subconscious mind. You don't tell the subconscious mind what not to do. You got to tell the subconscious mind what to do. How many times you might be finna give a presentation or something, jump on a call, you telling yourself, don't be nervous. What you mean, don't be nervous? Don't tell it what not to do. Tell it, hey, I want you to put your shoulders back, your chest out, and your chin up. I want you to walk in here like you're the most confident man in the world. I like to pose questions to my subconscious mind. I like to ask my subconscious mind stuff like, I'm about to go live. If I was the most confident man in the world, how would I approach this live? You don't understand the layers that you cut through just by posing a question to your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is going to answer whatever question you ask. A lot of times people make the mistake of asking their subconscious mind stupid negative questions. What if nobody shows up? What if they don't like it? What if they boo me off the stage? Why are you using your own imagination to scare the hell out of yourself? What if they love it? What if everybody who come in here today book my calendar and fill my sessions up for the next 6 months? What if I got a 3 month wait list? What would that feel like? You got to start using the what if on purpose. You got to stop using the what if to paralyze yourself and start using the what if to energize yourself. You got to start thinking on purpose. You're not an accident. You are not an accident. You got to start thinking on purpose. You got to get in the habit of telling your thoughts what to think and telling your feelings what to feel. You got to stop reacting. You got to stop waiting to see what's going to happen to decide how you're going to react. Well, let me see who's going to win the election before. Regardless of who wins the elections, I got some things that I'm going to do. I don't care who in the White House, these things are getting done. I coach bosses is going to thrive. I coach coaches is going to thrive. Abundant living is going to thrive. Dreams in action is going to thrive. Every single one of my business are going to thrive. I'm not putting no nobody else gets to decide whether or not I fail. What's going on, 48? I'm in control of my life. What about the economy? I can't control that economy, but I got a personal economy that I got full control over. And as far as my full economy, it's gonna thrive in any environment. I suggest you decide yourself. I'm not gonna go dig up my acorn because of the way that an election turned out, good or bad. I need you to stop living such a conditional life. Your goals need to be your goals, and you need to marry those goals. You need to marry those goals. You need to think about those goals, and you need to put your acorn where you can see it. And when you think about giving up on yourself, I want you to remember the only difference between this acorn and this oak tree is time. Your desires are acorns. Your ideals are acorns. And what's going to happen is the people who keep coming in these lives, the people who watch those replays and get this stuff in them over and over and over again, you're going to accidentally become a person who can see oak trees where other people see acorns. That's going to happen for you. You're going to accidentally become a person who can see full blown business where other people see, man, that's a good idea. That's what faith is. Faith is being able to see the oak tree where other people see an acorn. Faith is being able to see the health where other people can only be sickness. Faith is remembering that there is no negative thing in the world. It's all optical illusions. Faith is remembering there's no such thing as darkness. There's only a such thing as light. It's a switch in my house. Like I got this thing right here. I got this button I can press and add light into this room. I don't got no button that can add darkness. I got buttons that can remove light, but there's no source of darkness. There's only the absence of light. Does that make sense? There's no source of sickness. There's only the absence of health. There's no source of poverty. There's only the absence of riches. You got to stop fighting the illusion and let in the thing that you desire. You got to plant the damn seed. Give me a second. Because you could be doing have anything you desire. Not most of what you desire, not some of what you desire, anything you desire. But you got to understand that fear is not desire. Walking around anxious and upset that it's not there yet, it's not desire. Desire is taking time to see that thing that's not even here yet. Desire is remembering that I got this acorn, and although it's not an oak tree yet, I'm excited about the potential of this acorn. I'm excited about what I know this acorn is going to become. If you need to see the oak tree before you can get excited, you gonna make life really hard on yourself. What's going on? Is everybody picking up what we putting down this morning? Is this resonating? Is this making sense? You can't wait on other people to get excited about your idea. You got to be excited about your idea. I can't wait for other people to get excited in this live. I got to show up in the live excited. When y'all get here, I need to already be excited. If I'm waiting on y'all to get excited, y'all gonna swipe and go chill and kick it with somebody else. Leaders go first. If you're a leader, put an emoji in the comments. Let's see something. If you're a leader, put an emoji in the comments. Let me see how many leaders I got in here. Let's see. Exactly. You already know where I'm going. Where my leaders at? There we go. I knew I had some in here. I got two leaders in here. Okay, there go three. I got three leaders in here. Leaders go first, guys. Leaders go first. Leaders go first. So if you're in a relationship, men, and you say, "Well, I'm the leader in my relationship." Okay, when things get shaky and it's time to apologize and it's time to clean things up, I mean, you're not allowed to go, "Well, I apologize. She apologized. She the one start. Are you a leader or not? Leaders lead. Leaders go first. What you? How you gonna be a leader saying, I'm gonna say I'm sorry when they apologize. If you're a leader, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, that means you go first. That means you add value before you spend a dollar, before they spend a dollar with you. I don't think I see any of my clients in here. I don't think I see any other people who didn't invested in my programs in here. But I'm not finna cross my arm and go, well, I add some value to y'all when y'all buy my course. I add some value to you when you book a session. I'm a leader. I'm a store right here. Hey, I'm Coach J. I coach bosses. Let me show you. I'm not finna wait on you to. How crazy would it sound if I said, hey, go on my website and book a session with me so you can see how good I am at what I do. What if you just came in the live as soon as you got in here? I ain't said nothing, ain't gave you no information. I said, y'all tap the screen. That's not being a leader. That's expecting something for nothing. Plant the seed, lead, go first. Okay? When you think about giving up on yourself, I need you to remember the only difference between this and this is time. The only difference between this and this is time. If when an acorn becomes an oak tree, would you call that a miracle? It's not a miracle. That's how God designed it to work. That's what's supposed to happen. I need you to have that same type of energy about yourself. When you start here and you branch out and you become this vast thing, it's not a miracle. That's what God designed you to do. Those desires that you got, those are your acorns. Okay? That desire for money is the money acorn. The desire for love is the love acorn. The desire for health is the health acorn. If you plant that acorn, it's going to become this. But if you don't plant the acorn, because a lot of times people will sit there holding their acorn and wishing for an oak tree. Man, I wish I had an oak tree. Man, I wish I had oak. Man, dude got 10 oak trees. Why he got all those oak trees? That's why I ain't got one, because he got more than his fair share of the oak trees. He could just give me one of his oak trees. Only reason he got that oak tree is because his daddy gave it to him. If my daddy gave me an oak tree, I have one too. Whole time you holding your oak tree. But you so wrapped up in other people's business that you haven't planted your oak tree. Plant your oak tree. Stop wishing for what you already got. If you got the desire, you already got it. The desire for money is the money. Every business that I own started out as a desire for money. Every business that I own started out as a desire for money. The desire is the thing. If you got a desire for better health, you got the better health. You got to plan it. If you got a desire for a loving relationship, you got the loving relationship. You got to plan it. What do you mean by planning it, Jay? Calibrate. Y'all familiar with the 5 C's? Clarity, calibration, confidence, competence, consistency. Y'all familiar with those? Y'all heard of those? Calibrate to it. So clarity is defining the acorn. My clarity is I want all of my businesses to generate $25,000 a month. I want to work with 10 clients a month, 101. I'm putting everybody else into my groups and communities. So that's me gathering up my acorn, me getting clear about what I want. Not me thinking about what I don't want, not me making a long list of what I don't want. Me getting clarity is I want to do $25,000 a month. I want to work with 10 clients a month, 101. I'm putting everybody else in groups. Uh, I want to start my work day at 11. I want to wake up in the morning and go to the gym. I don't want to wake up with people on my calendar. I want to wake up and be able to go to the gym, meditate, get me together, and then around 11 a.m. I want to start seeing clients. I want to go live every morning. I think I'm gonna start going live around 9. But that's me getting my acorn. This is what I desire. Calibration is me planting the acorn and putting it in the ground. And when I plant the acorn, I gotta understand, guys, that it's gonna start to grow downward before it grows upward. The acorn gonna start growing down here before it grow up there. So a lot of times you'll think it's not working when it's just working under the surface. You gotta understand that that desire is inside of you working. That desire is inside of you changing the way you think. That desire is inside of you changing the way you feel. You gotta understand that your brain is a tuning station. Your brain is a big antenna. And unlike a radio out here in the physical world where you twist the dial to change the frequency, this thing right here, you change how you feel to attract better ideas. When you're down and out and you feel like nothing ever works out and it's not fair and the world is a dangerous place and everybody is out to get you, you're tuning your frequency to a station that's only playing sad songs. You're tuning your frequency to a station that only has bad ideas. And you're taking action, but you're taking action on ideas that you got from this really low frequency. So you getting proof. See, I told you it wasn't gonna work. See, I told you it wasn't gonna work. Put it on another station and then try to activate some of those ideas. You got to change the way you feel, and that's gonna give you access to better ideas. Then these better ideas gonna give you access to better results. Then you can see those results, and then it's gonna create what we call a success loop. I think it, I do it, I see that it worked, I get excited about it, and that motivates me again. I come up with an even better idea because I'm still rolling out the momentum of the last good idea. I see it and I keep going. You got to give yourself permission. Just give yourself permission to feel better. Give yourself permission to feel better. I ain't saying you got to feel perfect. Give yourself permission to feel better than you've been feeling. Give yourself permission to think better than you've been thinking. Like if you depressed and you burnt out and you've been sitting there for a few months, I'm not asking you to jump up to bliss. You can't. You don't got access to that emotion from depressed. But man, if we can get you from depressed to rage, ooh, it's so much better. Is rage where I want you at? Nope. But the ideas that you got at rage are so much better than the ideas that you got at depressed. When you're depressed, everything is your fault and you can't do anything right, and you questioning if you even want to be here because you screw up everything you touch. That's some real low thinking. But in rage, you want to fight somebody, you want to tear something up. Is that where I want you? No, but isn't it better than feeling like you can't do anything right? This is where it get crazy. Your friends and the people who care about you would rather you be depressed than at rage. Because when you're depressed, you go get off by yourself and sleep and eat and just they ain't got to deal with you. But when you get to that state of rage, you start shaking shit up. And you start calling people out on their shit. They would rather you be depressed. So they don't want you in rage. They'd rather keep you at depressed because at least with depression, you ain't bothering nobody, but you just ruining your day. At rage, you start shaking up other people's shit. But just spend a little bit of time at rage. You might go from rage to, you know what? I don't even care no more. I don't care. I'm not gonna waste my time thinking about it. If y'all don't care, I don't care neither. Now, is that where I want you at? No, but is it better than rage? Yes. Is it better than depressed? Absolutely. But I just want you to start reaching for the next best feeling emotion. Stop just digging up the whole seed and giving up. What's the next best feeling emotion I can reach? Start asking yourself this. Start having these conversations in turn. Right now, I'm pissed off, but I'm tired of being pissed off. What's the best feeling emotion that I can reach for from where I'm currently at? Because if you try to reach for bliss, you're going to piss yourself off even more. If you try to reach for love and joy from there, you're going to piss yourself off even more. What's the next best feeling emotion? What's the next best feeling emotion? Man, you spend about a week just crawling up. You'll be surprised how far up that emotional scale you can move in a week. And because you was just walking up the scale, you left your seed here. And this is the dope thing about seeds. You can take your attention off that seed as long as that desire is still planted. It's gonna be working behind the scenes. Albert Einstein said when he would get stuck on problems, he would go take a nap, and oftentimes he would wake up with the solution. He didn't give up. He took a break. You know what? I done got as far as I can go consciously right now. I'm not digging up the seed. I'm taking a break. I'm taking a nap with the intention of coming back to this thing. Take a nap, right? Man, these days, naps is one of my favorite manifestation tools. Sometimes I'm too annoyed for a focus wheel. Sometimes I'm too annoyed to meditate. Sometimes I'm too annoyed for hypnosis. Sometimes I'm too annoyed for a vision board. I want to rip that shit up. Take a nap, reset. Understand it the same way. Let me ask you this. Have you ever seen an acorn out looking for branches? Have you ever seen an acorn out looking for roots or leaves? Have you ever seen an acorn out looking for the pieces to the tree and stressed and full of anxiety? I'm willing to bet you have it because God equipped this with everything it needed to become this. If it just get in the right environment, the acorn ain't got to make the sun come out. The acorn ain't got to make it rain. That ain't the acorn's job. Okay? If you can just leave the desire for money planted, the roots gonna show up, the opportunities gonna show up, the situations gonna show up, the circumstances gonna show up, the customers gonna show up, the opportunities gonna show up, the really good ideas are gonna show up. People are gonna want to work with you. But if you dig up the seed every time you get uncomfortable, it doesn't work. We got some new people here, so I'm gonna tell y'all again. One of my clients recently was telling me, I'm tired of starting over. I said, well shit, stop giving up. The reason you keep starting over is because you keep giving up. No, you don't understand. I done started over 6 times. Well, that lets me know you gave up five. Like, you can't get mad at the world because you gave up. Nobody ain't put a gun to your head and make you give up. You gave up. Stop giving up. Stop doing that shit. What do you want? If you need to take a break, take a break. But taking a break is not the same thing as giving up. Ain't nothing wrong with you resetting. Stop giving up. Take you a break. Take a nap. Reset. But understand, I'm coming back for that tomorrow. This isn't over. I'm just taking a break to reset. But I'll be back tomorrow. Is this making sense, guys? You can be, do, and have anything you desire, but you got to understand, you got to keep the desire planted. Stop digging up the seed. You can build that business. You can lose that weight. You can have that marriage. You can have that relationship with your kids. You can have that car. You can have that house. You can have that house. I said that that body. Reset yourself. Yeah. Reset. And you're gonna reframe that. I gained 40, 50 hours a week to focus and align my thinking. I didn't lose a job. I gained 40 or 50 hours of my week back. And I'm resourceful. I'm creative. It's money out there. I'm gonna find it. Or better yet, it's gonna find me. You see what we doing? We finna spiral, but we gonna spiral upward. A lot of people when they lose a job, they'll spiral downward. Man, I lost my job. I lost everything. This is so you got to understand that your cells in your body, your endocrine system, your hormonal system, your nervous system, it doesn't respond to reality. It responds to the story that you tell it about reality. You don't respond to what's going on out there. You respond to what you tell yourself is going on out there. That's why one thing can happen to two different people and they can have two totally different reactions. They lost the same job, but one's life is over and one is like, you know what? I've been thinking about starting a business. I got a little bit of money saved up. I got one more paycheck coming from this job. You know what? I'm gonna do a little DoorDash just to keep some money coming in, but I'm really gonna use this time to make my next move my best move. Same situation, two different narratives. I want you to start consciously picking your narrative. I want you to start picking the story that you tell yourselves on purpose. Like a lot of times when I would work with a lot of smokers, a big piece of the reason they couldn't quit smoking is because of the story they was telling themselves around smoking. If I quit smoking, I'm gonna gain weight. I'm gonna be grouchy. This is what I do, man. This is part of my identity. I'm not gonna have anything to do on my lunch break. My friends smoke. We talk while we smoke. Not gonna have any friends. Well, if that's the story you're telling yourself, why would you want to quit smoking? If that's the story you tell yourself around smoking, why would you tell? But what if you start telling yourself, man, every time I suck this thing, I'm pretty much sucking poison out of a straw. Every time I suck this poison out of this damn straw, I'm taking years off my life. That's less time with my kids. Every time I suck this poison out of this straw, I'm aging myself. I'm gonna look like shit. My teeth yellow. I smell like a freight train. But if I stop sucking this poison out of this straw, I get to live longer. I get to meet my grandkids, possibly my great grandkids, if I stop sucking the poison out of this straw. I could probably run up a flight of steps. Like if you just change the narrative around what's going on, your cells start responding different. Your body starts responding different. It start create different feelings. Different feelings create different thoughts, and different thoughts create different action. You got to understand that your feelings and your thoughts play in this crazy loop that spits out an action. I usually ask y'all if y'all wanted to get a screenshot of that, but it's gone. So you got to understand that how you feel affects how you think, but then how you think affects how you feel. And this creates a loop. And you think, you feel, you think, you feel, you think, you feel, you think. And eventually that picks up enough momentum and it spits out an action. But you got to know that this action is going to be equivalent to the way that you were feeling and thinking. Let's say you're talking to somebody. They say something that you find offensive and you start thinking about it. And because you're thinking about it, you start feeling about it. Then you go, you know what? This ain't the first time they said something like that. I let it slide the last time, but they done said this shit again. Then you feel just a little bit more pissed off. And you know what? Everybody been trying me lately. Apparently they think I'm soft. Apparently they think I'm one to be played with. And you feel that much worse. And eventually you sit there. Next thing you know, you done spit out of action. You done said something. You done did something. You done hit somebody. But it didn't just their action didn't come from nowhere. That action was a result of feeling and thinking and feeling and thinking and feeling and thinking. And what most people try to do when they want to change their life is they try to start acting different. You got to understand that action is the effect. You don't fix the effect, you fix the cause. The reason you did it was a result of your feeling and your thinking. If you want to start eating different, if you want to start living different, if you want to start moving through life different, I don't need you to focus on action. I need you to focus on changing the way you feel so that you can change the way you think, so that you can change the way you feel, so that you can change the way you think, so that you can change the way you feel, so you can change the way you think. And at that point, you'll start acting different on accident. You don't got to try to act different. You got to use your willpower to control your feeling and your thinking. Willpower is not strong enough to change action. That's not the way that you use willpower. You use willpower to discipline your feeling and your thinking. And when you feel different and think different, you ain't got no choice but to act different. Does that make sense? Like I help a lot of people get better at speaking and like speaking on public platforms. And what they try to do is force themselves to be a good speaker. So they read these books and they learn about body language and hand placement. Never put your hands below your waist. Keep your hands here. Never touch your face. And they got all these rules that they trying to use willpower to remember. And all they really doing is overloading themselves. But what if you could just feel like a great orator? And because you was feeling like a good orator, it was in your nature. You was thinking like a good orator. And because you was thinking like a good orator, you was feeling even more like a good orator. And because you was feeling like a really good orator, you was thinking like a really good orator. So what you'll do is you'll find yourself naturally going out on the stage with your shoulders back and your chest out and your chin up. So how you guys doing? Y'all ready to have some fun? Okay, okay, okay. I'm Jay Shaw. I coach bosses. I run a private practice hypnotherapy firm in Dallas, Texas, and today I'm going to be telling you guys how to turn your thoughts into desires. Put your hands up if you got some desires in your heart that you would like to be tangible. You tired of thinking about them. You want to taste them, touch them, feel them, hear them, and see them. Where my people at who in line with them? Now, that's coming from, as I'm doing that, I'm not consciously thinking, okay, I need to work this side of the room. I need to work this side of the room. I need to make sure I'm not turning my I can study that stuff, but if I'm not feeling and thinking like a good orator, it's gonna be impossible for me to act like a good orator. So I'm not saying don't read the books. I'm not saying don't do the strategies. I'm just saying that the top of your strategy got to be changing the way you feel and changing the way you think. Does that make sense? I don't care how many books you read. If you don't feel like a good speaker, you're gonna have a hard time getting on that stage giving a good speech. I don't care how much sparring you do, how much training you do. If you don't feel like a good fighter, if you feel like that other person is going to physically overcome you, they are. Like you watch those old Mike Tyson interviews. Mike Tyson won most of those fights before they even started. They felt like he was crazy. They was thinking like he was crazy. They felt like this man would rip my face off. They was thinking like he would rip their face off. They shot the feeling and the thinking. They when they got to the ring, they wasn't as fast as they usually was. Okay, so think about how you would approach a fight that you knew you was gonna win versus a fight that you're like, man, I'm not sure. Dude be knocking. I'm the same dude knock 20 people out. A different version of you shows up to the fight that you think you're gonna win versus the fight that you think you're not gonna win. Anybody can attest to what I'm talking about. A different version of you shows up when you think you finna win a fight versus a fight. You're like, man, that dude be knocking everybody out. It ain't the body, it's the feeling and the thinking that's showing up to the fight. Get in the habit of purposely telling your feelings how to feel and telling your mind what to think. You got to realize your mind is not you. Your mind is a tool that you use. And a lot of times we let our thoughts think us. Instead of us thinking our thoughts, we let our thoughts think us. Stop letting your thoughts think you. This is your body. This is your mind. Start telling your thoughts what to think. Start telling your feelings what to feel. And if you're not in the practice of doing this, it's going to take some practice. It's going to take some practice. But the easiest way to do it is to catch it early. Somebody asked, how do I stop being depressed, man? The easiest way to stop being depressed is to catch it before it starts. Catch it before it starts. Soon as you catch it, you gotta understand thoughts attract thoughts. Good thoughts attract good thoughts that attract other good thoughts that attract other good thoughts. But bad thoughts attract bad thoughts that attract bad thoughts that attract other bad thoughts. But if you can just catch the first bad thought and say, uh-uh, we're not doing that. What I would rather have, that's what I call the magic question. The earlier you ask that question, the better off you will be. The earlier you ask that question, the better off you'll be. Soon as you feel yourself getting pissed off, what would I rather have? I'd rather have respect. I'd rather feel like my words matter. I'd rather people not test me. I'd rather my body language be such that I don't even end up in these situations. But as you get caught up in this I rather loop, what it's gonna do is it's gonna change the way you feel. And it's gonna change the way you think. And it's gonna change the way you feel. It's gonna change the way you think. Then you're gonna have access to an idea that you didn't have from that other place of feeling and thinking. Like one of the first things we learn in hypnosis is if I can't influence me, it's gonna be impossible for me to influence you. The best hypnotist in the world, myself and a few others. We understand that influence happens from the inside out. Influence don't happen from the outside in. Another thing you gotta understand is people do stuff for one thing, for one reason and one reason only. And that reason is because they feel like it. So you need to get yourself out of the habit of asking, how do I make people do what I want them to do? A better question is, how do I get them to feel like doing what I want them to feel like doing? Does that make sense? Especially when you're handling yourself. Don't ask yourself, how do I make myself go to the gym? How do I make myself feel like going to the gym? Because when I feel like going to the gym, I'm going to go to the gym. Not how do I make myself go to the gym? How do you want to make yourself go to the gym? How do I make myself feel like going to the gym? Then answer that question and do that stuff, and then you'll find yourself at the gym. How do I make myself feel like eating more fruits and vegetables? Not how do I stop eating carbs? How do I make myself stop eating carbs? How do I make myself feel like eating the things that I know I need to eat? So I can have the body that I know I want to have. Influence is about changing feeling. Whether you influence yourself or somebody else. Influence is about changing feeling. Okay? Think about it. If you was in my office and you had on a jacket and I wanted you to take that jacket off, and I say, hey Brandon, take that jacket off. Brandon might look at me and go, you take your jacket off. Who the hell you think it is to tell me to take my jacket off? But what if I pull out my phone and I go to the temperature control in my office and I put it on 80? In about 4 or 5 minutes, Brandon gonna start feeling warmer. Now, when Brandon feel warmer, he gonna decide to take his own jacket off. You don't make people do things; you get them to feel like doing the thing that you want them to do. But that's how you work yourself. Not how do I make myself clean up? How do I get myself to feel like cleaning up? If I had a young lady coming over, and it was her first time coming over, and I didn't want her to think I was a slob, I would clean this house up and I would clean it quickly. Okay, you got this part of the brain called the thalamus that can't tell the difference between the story that you telling in real life. Tell it the story that you need to tell it to get yourself feeling like you need to feel so that you act like you need to act. Does that make sense? Stop trying to control your body. You don't got to control your body. You got to control your mind. But when you learn how to control your mind, the mind controls the body. Where the mind goes, the body follows. The reason you're having such a hard time getting what you want is because you're trying to control the call. I mean, you're trying to control the effect instead of trying to control the cause. Trying to change action is the equivalent of you guys being in the comments and saying, yo, Jay, you got some on your face. And instead of me wiping my face, I started wiping my phone. That's what you look like out here trying to change action. The action is a reflection of the thinking and the feeling. You can't change the reflection. The only way to change the reflection is by changing what it's reflecting. You could wipe on the reflection all day long. But the problem isn't in the reflection. The problem is in what's being reflected. You got to change the way you feel and think. You got to change the way that you feel and think. All right, we got any questions? Because we're gonna get ready to land this plane in a little bit. We're gonna get ready to land this plane in a little bit. And you guys should definitely come to our meeting tonight. If you guys not in Dreams in Action, go to the link in my bio. Sign up for our community, man. We're gonna have a mastermind on Zoom tonight, and my business partner and I, we're gonna be getting even deeper into this type of stuff. A lot of y'all, do any of y'all know Nikki, the manifestation consultant? On Wednesdays, we have a mastermind on Zoom in our group Dreams in Action. If you're not in Dreams in Action, do yourself a favor, sign up right now. Yeah, do yourself a favor and sign up right now. If you go to the link in my bio, I think it's the third action down. Let me see. Let me get on my computer and look and see. And do I got any entrepreneurs in here, man? Any entrepreneurs in here? I know I always got to take time and check on my people. You know, I always got to take time and check on y'all. Let me see. Oh, wrong platform. Let me go where I'm trying to go. What's up, Monisha? What's up, Jenny? How y'all doing? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. You just starting out as an entrepreneur? What you do? Tell me about yourself. You need to get in the community. We help everybody, but we put a special emphasis on entrepreneurs. Special emphasis on entrepreneurs. Let's see. Up on profile. There we go. What's going on, Jewelry Man? How you doing? What is up? What is up? What is up? Mobile bartender and started coaching and started drop shipping. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Which one you most passionate about? All right, view profile. Let me show y'all this. What's up, JB? How you doing? Welcome to the live. Let me show y'all this. So if you go to the link in my bio on TikTok, open anyway. First thing you're gonna see is this free clarity assessment. If you're wondering, do you have enough clarity and you getting hung up on clarity, that's a free quiz that you can take around clarity. Check that out. Next thing you're gonna see is the 5C podcast. If you really like these talks that we have on here, I got a whole playlist of these talks right there. You click that, that'll take you to that playlist. Join my Dreams in Action Mastermind. This is the mastermind I'm talking about. Anybody who wants to come to our meeting tonight, you want to click that button and get signed up. $1 for lifetime access. You can't beat it. You're gonna spend $1 and you get I'm gonna show you guys around the community in a little bit, show you what all you get for $1. If you are an entrepreneur and you're interested in an all-in-one platform to run all of your stuff, then that's what this is. That's the Dream Engine. This is what I use to run all of my businesses. All of my websites are built on the Dream Engine. My CRM is through the Dream Engine. I automate my social media post on the Dream Engine. Everything is done on this one tool. This is some of the tools that you can replace the Dream Engine with. So if you're using any of those, if you're using ClickFunnels, if you're using Lead Pages, if you're using HubSpot, if you're using Wix or Weebly or any of those website builders, Acuity, I got one platform that does everything. It's $97 a month. You can get you a 2-week trial. That's that. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, that takes you to the page to apply for that. Then that's just a bunch of reviews and stuff. But these are all the different links. Tonight in the mastermind, we're having a let's go to the calendar. Oh, let's see. We got some people trying to get in. Gotcha. Get on in here. All right. So this is the community, Dreams in Action community. We're up to 260 members, mostly entrepreneurs, people who looking to build. What happens is several times a week, Nikki and I, we get on here and we coach. We do masterminds on Zoom. And unlike on TikTok, on Zoom, I can say everything I want to say because it'd be a lot of game that I want to give that I can't just the algorithm will beat me up if I give too much on here. But this is the community. You can get in here and ask questions, get feedback. We do what's called micro coaching in here. This is the classroom. Lots and lots of courses. Followers to dollars. That's about turning your TikTok followers into money. Fire your boss. That's about learning the foundations of building a business so you can actually afford to fire your boss. Course one, we talk about the being. So y'all know how to talk about be, do, and have. Course one, course two, and course three is about the being, the doing, and the have. In course one, we're getting deep. I'm not just loading you guys up with theory. You get your playbook so you can learn and follow along as you're going through the different presentations. I teach you guys about the 6 states of being, and we getting into the science behind being. We're teaching you what's going on when you're releasing cortisol, how to get yourself to a place of releasing DHEA, This is some. This is a course I could easily put behind a $1,500 paywall. I'm talking about having versus wanting, how there's no difference from neurologically, but we got all these broke down into little digestible videos. But that's just one of the facets of this classroom. There's courses in here on marketing. There's a library of e-sources. You got my corner where I put you a bunch of hypnosis videos. You got Nikki's corner where she puts a lot of videos up about manifesting and controlling your thought, your thinking. We got marketing courses, work-life balance. We got a lot of different stuff in the classroom. The calendar, as you can see, is always something going on in the community. Tonight I'll be doing the Dream Engine Mastermind, but we'll also be doing a Mindset Mastermind, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're on the East Coast, that'll be 8 p.m. If you West Coast, that'll be what 5 p.m. But if you're interested in joining that, all you do is sign up for the community. Click that link. It's gonna put you right inside of the Zoom. But you can see we have stuff going on in here mostly every day. And this is the members page. You can read people's bios, see what they have going on. Y'all have stuff in common. Inbox each other, talk to each other, network. It's a community of entrepreneurs. Network, meet people, find you an accountability partner, and get in here and kick it with us. This is the Dreams in Action community. We started this thing on June 10th. Let's see, March, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, this thing is barely 4 months old, and we already got it up to 260 members. And it's growing, man. It's growing quickly. So it's $1 to get in there. We were gonna make it free, but people done showed me over time that people don't appreciate free stuff. So I was like, we got to make it cost something. So we made it cost $1, $1. I'd have found out that even if people just pay $1 for it, they value it different. Because when I tell you it's free, I just told you it's worth nothing. You say how much is it? I say it's free. You go, oh, so it's worth nothing. So just to keep you from feeling like it's worth nothing, we charge $1 for it. Get in here, take yourself to another level. And this is one of the communities because at the top of this year, Nikki and I, we really took our prices on our one-on-one services up. Like we started to charge a lot more for our one-on-one services. So what we wanted is a group for people who maybe weren't in a position where they could afford to work with us one-on-one. We could get them in a group and still coach them in a group environment. And we're gonna coach them so well. We're gonna teach them how to run their businesses so well that they will get to a place where they can afford our one-on-one services. So we're not just gonna throw people to the wayside because they don't got $2,500 a month to invest in themselves. But we got this community of where we can get people and get them all in a group room in a group Zoom, and we can do these challenges, do these exercises, and teach them in mass. And we're starting to get some real success stories, man. We're starting to get some real success stories. So bet on yourself, guys. Get in the community. If you're an entrepreneur, get the Dream Engine, all in one tool. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit about the Dream Engine. I need to be in the Dream Engine working anyway. Let's see. Let me show y'all a little bit about the Dream Engine. So if you're using anything like what's some of these softwares out here? If you're using Linktree, if you're using any of those link in bio things, for some reason I can't think of the name of none of them because all I use is this one software. Let me see, but I'll show you real quick. So this is my dashboard. This is where I get to see how many people I got coming in, how much money coming in, how many I got open, how many I got closed. This is how we stop people from falling through cracks. That's my little to-do list. I need to call that person, I need to follow up with that person. But this is my dashboard where I get to see what my business looks like on paper. The next tab down is conversations. I can't let the conversation sit there because it's real people's information in here. Give me a second. I just saw I got a message that I can't read. I mean, that I. Oh, okay. I'll respond to that in a second. But that's my. So in this window, let me put it on. All right, this is my daughter. She was playing it. She like I got this AI chat bot that she like to call and play with. So this is her account. So here I can send text messages. I can send WhatsApp messages. If her email address was in here, I could send her emails. But I got this whole little profile over here where I can do and add different things. This is my calendar where all my different appointments show up. I can look at it by the week. I can look at it by the month. I can't let it just sit there because my client's real information is on there. This is the contacts. You can see the contacts. I can add tags. Anybody who's ever worked in a CRM knows a lot of different things you can do with your contacts. You can add tags. You can separate them. You can say, okay, these people have spent this much money. These people haven't bought anything, but they're interested in my freebie. These are people who are interested in manifesting. These are people who are interested in hypnosis. You can really break. You can really segment your audience. And this is what we call opportunities. This is how I keep people separated. Okay, these people are people who follow me on TikTok, but they haven't invested. These are people who are in the community. These people have invested, but they bought things like workbooks and things like this. These are people who spend a lot of money. These are people who are into these types of things. Payments, that's where we process payments. We're not going to go in there because people's information is in there. But this is my social media plan. So, guys, I got my social media content already planned out to the end of 2025. This is the rest of November. This is December, January, February. I'm already planning out my stuff. And not just on this one platform. Let me show you something. I'm posting on all of these accounts at one time, on all of these different platforms at one time. Let me show you. So these are all the different things you can connect to your dream engine. The only one I don't use is this one. I don't post on there. Maybe I should be. I don't know much about that either. But I post on all these at one time. Let me show you how easy this is. I'm gonna go to new post, create new post. I'm gonna select the accounts that I want to post on. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna post here, I'm gonna post here, I'm gonna post here, I'm gonna post there. I'm not gonna say the names of these platforms because TikTok don't like that. I'm gonna post there. Now I'm gonna go in my library. I'm gonna pick the video that I want to post. You also get unlimited storage. So I can keep my videos on here and it's like an online cloud. So I'm uploading that video. All right, it's uploaded. Over here, it's gonna show me what it's gonna look like on every single platform. That's what it's gonna look like over there. 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 Okay, I can see I got one error. Let's see what the error is. Professional supports video duration. Okay, so they saying on the this one it's too long to be a feed, so I got to change it to a reel. But got that cleaned up. Now I got an option. I can make one description for all of these, or I got the option of customizing it for each channel. Then I can put one status for that. I can put one status for that. I can put one status for that. But that's an option that I have. And I also got the option of using this AI feature. If I don't want to come up with my own description, I can go with generate with AI. Then I fill out this stuff, content title, provide a brief description, give it some keywords, and I press generate. And AI will actually add my descriptions and my hashtags for me. Then I'm ready to go. It's as simple as going down here and pressing post. I got the option to post it right now, or I can schedule a post for later. Or if you got a team, if you got other people working for you and you want to approve things, they can send posts for approval. And at that point, you'll get a notification, hey, so and so has uploaded this. Then once you approve it, it'll get posted. And you can also schedule a recurring post. So this software costs you $97 a month. And I'll give you the if you go to the link in my bio, let's see. Oh, I went off of my TikTok. If you go to the link in my bio, it'll say all-in-one business tool, I believe. But another cool thing that this does is y'all know I go live every morning at around 9 o'clock. I can record one video and say What's going on, guys? Are you ready to turn your thoughts into things? Well, I'm Jay Shaw. I coach bosses. If you're not a boss, I'm not talking to you. If I'm talking to you, click right here and join my live. Click right here, join my live. We in here right now talking about how to turn thoughts into things. Get in here. I can record that video one time and I can automate it that every morning at 9 a.m. TikTok automatically posts that video. So when I just get on and go live, but I got a video circulating through the For You page telling people I'm live right now. Get in here. But that's just one of the several tools that this thing has. Another thing that is crazy, you crazy if you're not using these automations. So automations, I got a lot of automations, but I'll show you guys. I'll show you this one. So when somebody books an appointment with me, when somebody books a new appointment, I automatically get a text message saying so and so. Oh, this is the dream engine. But when somebody books an appointment with me, I automatically get a text message saying so and so booked an appointment and it's telling me the time and date they booked it for. That's saying select users, they're gonna send me that text automatically. And you can add unlimited employees in here as well. So if you got a 20-person team, you can say, okay, these persons need to get these text messages, these persons need to get these text messages. Okay. And then you remember on that other screen I showed you, it had my opportunities. I had interested, scheduled a consultation, paid for first session. When they schedule that appointment, it automatically moves them to booked to the book stage in what's called my pipeline. Then they gonna get a confirmation email. Confirmation email is gonna say, hey, whatever their first name is, just wanted to confirm our strategy call. So get them all the information they need. I'm not manually sending text messages. Okay. Then 24 hours before their appointment, they're gonna get another email. So this is what's called a wait time. Okay. It's gonna wait 24 hours before their appointment, then it's gonna send them this email. Just a friendly reminder, our strategy call is in 24 hours. Then it's gonna wait an hour before their appointment, and it's gonna send them this email. Hey, just a friendly reminder, your strategy call is in 1 hour. Looking forward to our chat. I'll shoot you the Zoom link to join the call 10 minutes before. It's also going to send them a text message. Same exact thing in a text message. Then 10 minutes before their appointment, it's going to send them an email with the Zoom link and a text message with the Zoom link. So I'm very unforgiving when people go, oh yeah, I forgot we were supposed to meet. No, you didn't. Oh no, everything is in one deal, April. Everything is in, you pay your $97 a month and you get everything that you see. And you get to start off with a 2 week free trial just to make sure it's a good fit for you. But those are automations. And man, you can have automations to do anything. Right now I'm building an automation to where it's gonna be a QR code that I scan, and when I can scan that QR code, it's going to text everybody on my notification list that I'm getting ready to go live on TikTok. You can do that type of stuff with automations. You can also you can use this software in your house. Like you can do nerdy thing. Like I'm a nerd. I'm really into technology, so I'm all about this type of stuff. Like you can make a QR code that you put in your refrigerator for where you keep your milk at. And anytime your milk get to a certain level, it could be as simple as scanning that QR code with your phone, and it'll all automatically be set up to add milk to your shopping list. Like you can do that type of stuff with automations. The only limit with the automations is going to be your own imagination. And you can also build QR codes and stuff right here in the Dream Engine. So now I'm going to show y'all websites. Every website that I have is built on the Dream Engine. And I have a lot of websites. So high performance hypnosis. This is a funnel that was built right here in the Dream Engine. I built that right here in the Dream Engine. Let's see. I'm also show y'all how easy it is to build in here. Brandon living coaching hypnosis. Let me see. I'm trying to. I think this is. Yeah. This was built in the Dream Engine. This is my high ticket offer. This thing makes several thousands of dollars a year. It was built here in the Dream Engine. I'll show you the website, then I'll show you some of the features of the website. Got reviews, calls to action. But if anybody clicks this button, click here to apply for this life-changing program. They're gonna fill that out. All these forms built in a Dream Engine. You're gonna go there. This right here is a $5,000 product. I'm not just gonna let somebody schedule a meeting. You're gonna fill out this form. In this form, I'm gonna ask you questions like, are you ready to invest in yourself? Have you invested in one-on-one coaching before? What do you like? This form is going to qualify you. If you qualify, it's going to take you to my booking calendar. If you don't qualify, it's going to recommend you to one of the other communities. But that's built in the Dream Engine. Go over here. So these are funnels. Funnels are like linear. Funnels are, it's only one action to take on this page. Only thing you can do on this page is request an appointment. Only thing you can do on this page is fill out that form. Only thing you can do on this page is schedule your appointment. And then this is a thank you page. That's kind of the structure of a funnel. Can I share my qualifying questions? Sure. So I got a few different ways I qualify. I also like to qualify people through quizzes and surveys, but on that particular form, yeah, I will. Nope, that's not it. Let me go back. Oh, it's on the second page. I need to put these in folders because I got so many different things going on. But on that form, yeah, I'll show them to you. So first name, last name, phone number, that type of stuff. Occupation, date of birth. What is your current vision for what you want to create, achieve, experience? What do you feel are the main obstacles holding you back from this? Why is now the right time to make a change? Are you ready to create the space and time to work on this? Note that I require a commitment of 3 months, and in order to get the traction, it's likely we'll need longer than that. Do you have the financial means to invest in one-on-one coaching? My one-on-one private mentorship offers starts at $2,500 a month minimum, depending on the offer that you choose. Then I give them the choices. Yes, I'm ready. If it's a fit, just send me the link and payment options. Let's go. Then I got them ready. But I have a few questions I'd love to ask you before I say 100% yes. Then we got maybe, but investing in myself is sort of scary. Then we got no, but I would love to hear about some of your other resources and group coaching program options. Have you ever had any diagnosis of schizophrenia, psychosis, or epilepsy? Let's just get into the hypnosis piece. Those are things that I like to know. Are you currently taking any medication? Have you ever had an experience with talking therapy, coaching, hypnosis, or meditation? So that's just one of my entry level qualifying forms. But the more expensive the product, the more qualifying I like to do. Because people will just book consultations because they want to get you in a Zoom room and talk your ear off. But that's that benefit. Now we also got quizzes on here. I love quizzes. Now this quiz, it's a quiz, but it gives me a lot of information. So actually, I'm gonna preview this to show you guys how it works. Is your goal? So this is a clarity quiz. This people take this quiz and it gives them a percentage on how much clarity they have. So I can say yes, I focus on what I want to achieve. I have a general idea, but no specifics. I haven't thought about it yet. Yada yada yada. I'm just clicking through here so we can get to the end and y'all can see how this spits out. But this is something you can use. I don't care if you own a beauty brand. I don't care if you're a coach. I don't care if you sell books. You can wrap a quiz to fit the structure of any business. And what it is a lead magnet as well, because to get the results to their quiz, they gotta give you that. So this person got 73.4%, which means they have moderate clarity. Now it's got a customized message here. You've got a good start, and I just got an email saying Jay has filled out your abundant living coaching quiz. So you've got a good start, but there are still some missing pieces in your plan. The direction is there, but you need more structure and a refined strategy to achieve your goals efficiently. A strategy call can help you align your actions and fine tune your approach to get the results you want. Then you can request a strategy call from right here in the quiz. It's going to take you to my calendar. But you got to know in this calendar, We're gonna do some qualifying. You're not just gonna schedule that appointment without giving me some information. What do you do? What is your primary goal? And then I got these choices. Other goals not mentioned. What is your biggest challenge right now? How committed are you to investing in personal development to achieve your goals? 100% committed. I'm ready to take action now. Somewhat committed. I'm exploring my options. Not sure yet. I need more information. I'm gonna tell you now. If you click that button, I'm gonna tell you keep coming to the TikTok. Ask all the questions you need to ask. But I'm not getting in the Zoom room with you for 45 minutes because you need more information when I'm on a live every day. Ask me whatever you want to ask me. Have you ever worked with a coach or therapist before? Got those options. What is your current monthly revenue and what is your revenue goal? That's a really big one that I'd like to ask entrepreneurs. If you got a business that's currently making $5,000 a month, but you want to be doing $20,000 a month, then you'll tell me that type of information. How did you hear about us? Do you have any additional comments or information you would like to share? So I'm gonna tell you this: somebody can answer every question on here, but if they answer them lazily, I'm still not gonna book a session with you. So I encourage everybody to have forms and different things inside of their booking process, so you don't waste your time on bad prospects. Who cares if you got 100 leads if all 100 of them are trash and not ready to invest in themselves and spend any money? You're just gonna waste a bunch of your time in Zoom rooms, and people like to talk. So people will book up your calendar and put you in Zoom rooms just for you to get in there and realize they're not taking it serious. So figure out if they take it serious on the front end. Now you also can build communities in here. Like right now, my community is on school, but I'm in the process of rebuilding some things over here where I could put my people in these communities. I got an experiment community that I'm playing around with. But if you're familiar with school, this looks a lot like school. But you could build all of this right here in the software. You don't got to go pay another software additional $99 a month. You could build your community right here in the Dream Engine. These are some communities that I'm playing around with. Media storage. You could keep all your stuff stored right here on the Dream Engine. I do a lot of hypnosis recordings for my clients. I upload those to the Dream Engine, send them the link to the recording. Now I got the recordings hosted right here with the rest of my stuff. I also can get into my Google Drive from here. I got both of my Google Drives connected. Then you got your reporting because if you don't know your numbers, you don't really got a business if you don't know your numbers. If you can't go look and see what's going on, who falling through the cracks, where your people coming from, how they finding you, you're setting yourself up for failure. This is the help tab. If you need help like with learning the software, different things like that, we got all these videos you can watch and also got a form right here. If it's something you just can't figure out, you fill that form out, it sends me an email right away. And I'll usually cover it in our 7 p.m. workshop. If it's something minor, I'll just log into your account and fix it for you. And another cool thing about this is people who utilize it, you got the option of becoming an ambassador. Now, our ambassadors get a 40% commission. So if you become an ambassador, everybody who signs up through your code, you get 40% of that payment every time they pay. So you'll be making $40 a month. You get 10 people signed up, you're making $400 a month just by existing. Now $400 not life changing money, but $400 it ain't nothing neither. Like so you'll just fill out that application if you're interested in being a Dream Engine ambassador. And this is something else. All of this is built in the Dream Engine. The mastermind takes you to the community. But that's a quick overview. Now we didn't even get into the AI features. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna put my business phone number in the comments. Anybody who wants to play around with our AI voice bot, you can call that number and you can see what the AI voice bot like. Did that show up? Sometimes they'll block it when I put numbers. But got all types of cool features on here. And I do trainings with this software Monday through Friday, where I really just show up. I get in the Zoom room for an hour, and any questions that people have, I just take an hour to answer questions. But that's the dream engine, guys. That is the dream engine. Any questions before I get off? And guys, wrapping up for the rest of this year, I'm gonna be offering $199 sessions to my TikTok people. If you guys are interested in running through one-off sessions, it's only gonna be so many of them available a week. But DM me if you want to claim one of those sessions. I'm gonna be offering a few slots for those each week as well, just wrapping up the year. So if anybody wants to take advantage of those, shoot me an inbox and we'll get you in here. But I'm about to jump off. I will see y'all tomorrow. And also the podcast. If you go to the link in the bio, all of these replays get uploaded on YouTube and you'll be able to access them and rewatch them. So I'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it.